If you are trying to get your business out there in the world, you want more customers, you want more eyes on what you're doing, more traffic to your website, listen up because this video today is for you. I'm Bridget Cisco of Visibility on Purpose. Welcome to our YouTube channel where we talk about all things PR, marketing, and brand awareness with the end goal of getting more eyes on the things that you're already doing. So today, here's where we're going to start. We're going to start with a brand's journey of what happens from the beginning of when someone, usually the founder, has the idea to start something, to build something, to create something, and then what happens. And I'm talking about bootstrap businesses here. So if you've gotten all the funding, this might not apply to you because you have the money for everything, right? So usually this is what happens. You have this incredible idea and you go, okay, I think this could be a business. I think this is it. Like, this is an incredible idea. So start with a little bit of market research where you are going to be figuring out, is this idea viable? Once you have that go ahead, then you're going to start to look into your trademark website to make sure that name isn't taken and then you're not violating anyone's intellectual property or copyright or any of that. Then you're going to probably get a domain. So you're going to go onto Google Domains, Namecheap, whatever it is, and you are going to purchase the domain for your business. That way you can send traffic there. You're likely going to go onto the socials next. You're going to go onto Instagram. You're going to go onto Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube, maybe Twitter, X, I don't know. And you are going to register your business name and try to find a handle that isn't taken yet. I know that's challenging in today's day and age. And you are going to lay down all those foundations. Probably sign up for a website, maybe have some sort of CRM, maybe you're going to register your business in the state that you live in. I'd recommend that. You might talk to a lawyer about some legalities, contracts, things of that nature. Then you might think about setting up a business bank account, which, I'm not a professional there, but highly recommend. That's probably one of the best things that I have done in my own business and one of the best things that we've done for Visibility on Purpose. That way, everything is clean. We need that. We need the clean. Then what happens? You start trying to figure out, okay, how do I get this business visible? I need customers. I have a solid product, service, or offering. I know who I want to target, hopefully. And if you need help with the messaging and support, that's also what we do here, Visibility on Purpose. And you figure out, okay, I need to curate content. I need to potentially join networking events. I need to join communities where my audience might be. And those are some of the first steps that you are going to take. And then what happens? You might even start to make some sales, right? People are like, oh, this is a fantastic idea. I absolutely need this. Raising my hand. I want to work with you. You might even hire a commission-based sales team. Maybe you have a VA or an intern who's helping you with some of just the functions of running your business. And if you're watching this, it's likely an online business, a personal brand, a product, or a service that you are looking to sell. Then you might hit a little bit of this plateau. Maybe it's not even a plateau for you though. Maybe it's just, okay, I've spent hours, potentially months, potentially years building this business, thinking it through, really laying the foundational pieces of having a operational, sustainable business. And now you go, how do I get this thing more visible? How do I get more people to know about it? And what we tend to find is that within our social media, within our email list, our newsletters, our LinkedIn, those are usually people that have opted in and said, I want to follow you in the first place. It is harder to get those new leads into that space all the time. So what do we need to be thinking about doing? And this is where we come in at Visibility on Purpose specifically. Like, this is our bread and butter, helping you position yourself to get on other people's audiences. OPA. Other people's audiences. It's all about a value exchange of your knowledge, your service, your expertise, maybe even your product, and sharing that on other platforms, whether that's in other websites, on blogs, on that type of content, whether it's in a, product roundup, because you have this incredible beauty product and they're writing an article on top 10 beauty products for 2020, blah, 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 or the holiday season, or it's getting you to be a podcast guest, getting you on interviews, TV segments, interviewed by TV anchors. Maybe it's getting featured in magazines for your brand. All of these are pieces of the puzzle that most online business owners, personal brands, they leave out of the equation and they're completely forgetting about this whole audience that could be for them. So specifically where we come in at Visibility on Purpose, and if you're interested in any of this, you can absolutely just contact us below. We have a bunch of free trainings, website, programs, masterminds, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to go into it too much here, but it's all about starting with developing a press strategy that actually works in tandem with your marketing, your socials, your sales, your ads, your branding. All of this works together in one. And we recommend that businesses start a press strategy early on. And this doesn't need to be you getting on a full page, spread of Oprah just yet, but this is about you positioning yourself as expert authority or with an incredible product or with the value, your expertise, your credentials, your knowledge, and starting to put yourself on the map. When you start to do that as a business owner, there is a far-reaching impact. Not only does this open you up to new opportunities and new audiences and new high-profile networks, but also this does have an impact on your SEO and search engine optimization. And what do I mean by that? When you are ever featured or linked in some sort of big publication, article, magazine, journal, it's going to link back to your website. And that's fantastic, and that's what you want. This is going to boost your website's domain ranking and authority because you've now been mentioned on a huge, huge platform that gets potentially millions of unique monthly visitors to their site. So it makes your site look better and also help you get found more easily. So we want to be doing this really from square one, from moment one. Obviously, if you don't have the expertise yet and they don't have the experience, maybe you get some reps under your belt. We need to be integrous, I think that's the word, in integrity with our work, but there are avenues and channels for you to get yourself out there. And we have found that most business owners are leaving opportunities on the table because they just don't know that these opportunities exist for them. And now what happens when over time you're boosting your SEO, you are getting interviewed, you are, implementing your own social media strategy, you are nurturing your audience that's in front of you, you are making asks and offers, you're doing a lot of outbound reach out in the beginning to get on podcasts, to get those interviews, to secure those placements. The coolest thing that starts to happen is this shift from what we like to say outbound reach out, it might be the cold reach out, to inbound opportunities. And we've had a lot of this happen actually for us recently. So us being asked to not only speak in front of different communities where we can talk about PR and marketing and all the things that we love and everything we talk about here on the channel, but also to be asked to speak at conferences and events, which is a huge, huge goal for so many business owners, right? You know that you're doing something incredible, and to be asked to speak instead of you just going out and applying to speak, gosh, it's fantastic, right? That's what we want as a business owner. But I want to take you through one thing first to get there. And I'm going to take you over to my computer and I'm going to go through a really, really simple exercise where we can start to narrow down for you what are your differentiators. Because if we don't know, you can't just be, a product that helps people's skin. There's lots of those. You can't just be a health coach who makes someone feel better. That's not interesting. There's nothing that makes me want to go, ooh, I want some of that. So let's head over here. If you're listening to this on the podcast, head over to YouTube so you can actually see what I'm going to take you through now. Okay, so we talked about what can happen when you begin to put your brand out there, when you start to take those first steps to be known. That is very common in a brand's journey. But what you need before doing any of that reach out is all the differentiation work. This is a big thing that we talk about in Pitch Party, our PR mastermind. So if you are interested in anything like that, where you can have personalized feedback for your own company, you can find more details in the link below. Differentiation is what helps a brand stand out, be unique, and known in a saturated marketplace. And here I've shared, this is a little excerpt actually from our program and mastermind Pitch Party. So you're getting a behind the scenes look right here. And if you're listening to this as a podcast, head over to YouTube if you want to see the visual here. But I'm going to bring you through 5 companies: Patagonia, Tony Robbins, TJ Maxx, Life Boost, and Mary Ruth's.
And I want you to start to think through what these larger brands, yes, these are big brands, they have the money, they have the budget, they have the teams to actually build a really robust process and practice and business, but there are things that you can take and learn from these companies. So, Patagonia, when you think about that brand, what are some things that come to mind? It's probably along the lines of outdoors, adventurous, maybe even South America, because, the company is named after that region of the world. It is usually for those people who love to hike or they love to do outdoor activities or thrill seekers. So this company has really aligned their brand with their audience and what their audience wants. They've created a community of people who, when they wear their products, it shows something about them. And your business can do the same. Whether you have a product, whether you have a community, whether you have a podcast, you can do all these things for your company as well. Then we have TJ Maxx, one of my favorites. I'm a TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods, Sierra Trading Post girly. TJ Maxx, I'm pretty sure their entire slogan or logo or, however they want to say it, tagline is like better brands for less or like luxury brands for less, something like that. So, when you go into their store, yeah, you might need more time to search for the products, but they're gonna have brand names for less. I think that's what it is. They're gonna have brand names for less. Mary Ruth's Organics. Okay, so part of hers is like her story and how she shows up. She has young children, and she really wanted to make these products that had good ingredients because she didn't want to be feeding her children crap. So she developed the brand with really a focus on product, ingredients, formula, and mission for all those parents out there who care about what the kids are putting in their body. Tony Robbins, we all know who he is. He has really highlighted his story. Everyone knows Tony Robbins is one of those people that came from nothing and built something epic. He built something epic, and he is known for that. He's also known for being, someone who doesn't kind of take crap, is how I probably say it. He is someone who pushes people forward. He has some of that kind of like tenacity and grit and action and like fire energy. So you know him for that. Life Boost Coffee, a decaf coffee brand. They might have regular coffee as well, but they really focus on this special water filtration process. So they're focused on the process, and their audience and their customer base cares about that. So one more thing I'm going to take you through here today, and again, this is directly from our course pitch party. So if you like what you're seeing and you want some personalized press strategy support for your own brand and to join our incredible community, this is a great place to start. Check out the link below. So I want you to look through this list. And if you are listening, I'm going to read you the list. There are certain differentiators that are going to help your brand stand out. And it's important for you, especially when you are getting started, to really lean into one of these or a couple of these main differentiators because we need your brand to be for a specific person, a specific someone who's experiencing something very specific and cares about very specific things. That is how you sell to them. That's also how you develop your press strategy to be recognized and known because a writer or a TV anchor might not necessarily just pick up your business or pick up the story angle that you want to do if it's really flat and boring and has no life or differentiators. So here are a couple. There's so many more, and we have all those in Pitch Party. Quality. Is it accessible? Is it high quality? Your brand story. So I mentioned a number of them before, and we have a bunch more in the program too, as examples. So maybe your brand story is all about this emotional appeal. It's about being relatable, and that's the thing that you really focus on. Maybe it's your brand personality, and it's this voice that you have, this tone that's really casual and cool and defined in your marketplace. Maybe it's features. So if you have a product, maybe it's wrinkle resistant or UV resistant or special tech feature in your product platform or service. Service, 24/7 customer support. Maybe it's really personalized service. Maybe it's high touch. Maybe it's low touch. Maybe it's self page. Maybe luxury. So for us, service is important because when you join the PR mastermind pitch party, you are getting high touch support from us. We are going to think of media opportunities and we're going to send them your way, especially if you are involved in the community and share a little bit about yourself. Then we'll know exactly how to help you. Pricing. Are you cost effective? We are extremely cost effective compared to an agency. Are you luxury priced? What about your ingredients? Maybe it's all organic. Maybe it's like no ingredients in your formula, really minimal. Process, technology, methodology. For many of you who are service based business owners or authors, this is a huge thing. Your technology and your methodology of working with clients is likely something that sets you apart from others in your industry. Maybe it's your expertise, your specialty, credentials, seals. So, Lydia and I own this business, and it is a women owned business. Maybe you have a product and it's cruelty free or made in the USA. Maybe you have a background as a psychiatrist or as a physical therapist. You can utilize those as differentiators because that sets your brand apart. Maybe your company is sustainability or socially responsible focused. And this is really important because you should never, another brand should never be able to fill in their name with how you describe your company because it needs to be uniquely yours. So, differentiators are extremely, extremely important when talking about what you do and why you do it. Now you can start thinking, okay, based on all the ways to identify my brand, what makes the most sense for my company? And then this is where you start to implement your press strategy. So you identify channels, platforms, shows, publications, TV stations that would be an incredible fit for your goals and your message. And then you start to reach out to them, right? And then what happens? That outreach campaign starts to get inbound opportunities coming your way. All of this is possible. We really do believe in you here. Thanks so much for listening today and talk to you soon.